What do you think makes good content? Like, how do you know if something's going to land well or fall flat?
I think good content is you have to invoke a feeling out of somebody. So it's a feeling of ha ha ha, or what the fuck, or me too, or huh. That's a good way of looking at it. Like if your content gives somebody a feeling, then you've done it. Like that's what you got to do. If they're able to just be like, huh, and like start texting or doing something else, they're not really listening to it. They're not connecting with it. So if you've got content that people actually are interested in and it makes them feel something, then that's when you're onto a winner.
How do you do that?
You just have to be a real person. People are so smart now. They can tell if you're faking it. Sometimes I look at things and I'm like, who thought to film that? People can tell when someone's authentic or when they're not authentic, I think. You can see things when people are like trying to cry to try and get that connection. Or you can tell if someone is genuinely feeling that emotion.
Mm.
I think that especially because there's so much content being given to us so much now that you can call a fake pretty quickly and you can be like, that's not real. And if people aren't buying into it and they don't think it's real, then that is not. I think that you just have to be authentic and people are either going to be into it or not. And also just like when you watch it, you're like, how does this make me feel? Like when I listen to it, I'm like, how does this make me feel? Did this make me laugh? Did I smile? Am I cringing? And if I'm not feeling any of those things, I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to put it out there. But I think it's good to get people to watch it. And also with me, like I'll get my friends that I know are brutally honest to be like, hey, am I posting too much? Hey, my TikTok's cringy? And they give me real honest feedback. They're like, fuck, you're posting too much, or, or this is actually real interesting. And just like listening to the people that consume your content and also just being authentic. It's probably the short way of saying it. It's a hard to describe because for me, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
Like I can feel it when I watch it that I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's not good. That's good. That won't work. But it's a feeling. So I don't know how to.
No, I think that authenticity is even more important these days with the rise of AI and, everyone's best friend is ChatGPT and people can spot it from a mile away. I was thinking about, there's even AI generated podcasts where you can upload PDFs or whatever and it will turn it into a podcast. And I was like, what is that going to do to the podcast industry? And you know what? I think at the end of the day, people relate to people, and that will always be the case. And people can tell when you're being fake. They can tell when it's not real. And AI can be a useful tool, but at the end of the day, if it's not people-centered, I feel like it's not going to do well.
100%. And it's like the most successful creators of content, whether it's radio, TV, podcasts, social media, whatever, it's their personality, right? So if you start, they want to use our voices for like radio ads and things like that, and they just have your voice on file and they put it in. And it does sound like you, but I've said, if you want to use my voice, give me the option to voice it first, because I would rather say it as myself than have a robot say it for me. Like I'd rather come in and give you my inflections, my personality, my smile in my voice,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree. It's sucking a lot of authenticness out of everything. So I think that when you do find somebody on social media who is super authentic, it really hits because you know that it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost refreshing.
Yes. Yeah. And you can also tell the people that are trying to be real.
Yeah.
People are you can tell when someone's trying to be real, and you can just honestly be yourself. Don't think about who's watching it. Just like make it, and then afterwards watch it and go, yeah, that's shit, or yeah, that's good. But don't think about it at the time of like, oh, my friend's going to see this, or what's Bryce going to think of that, and like, blah, blah. Just like let your freak flag fly, make your content, and then watch it after. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing. And a lot of people, especially when they're just starting up, can feel a bit awkward about watching themselves back, or, you know, oh, I hate the sound of my voice, or, oh, that's far too cringe. Do you have any advice on like how to get over that?
don't care. That's the only thing that you can do, is just don't care. So I'm working on this with somebody at the moment. It's actually really fun. We're working on this at the moment. I've got this amazing woman that I'm coaching for radio at the moment, but she's naturally quite shy. So she's really awesome at all of the basics and all the formatics. And I'm like, this week, all I want you to do is let your freak flag fly. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, be silly. Who gives a shit? Sing the words to a song. Give me an impression of what you're talking about. Just be silly. She's like, oh my God, like cringe. I'm like, but cringe is fine. It's a reaction. So you're getting that reaction. If you're getting a reaction from somebody, you've done the right thing on your content because they're engaged enough to react to you. So it's really just as simple as, if it makes you laugh, if it makes you feel good, then do it. If someone likes it, great. And if they don't like it, then who cares? At the end of the day, there's so much content that we can consume. I have done things on radio that I think are really funny because I have got the zoomies, I've got ADHD, I've not taken my medication, and I'm like, this is crack up, but it's way too weird. And so people that know me and like me, that are like what they call a P1, so somebody that, like, you're their number one on the preset, they're like, classic Sharyn, crack up. But the people that don't understand my personality are like, who the fuck is this weird girl that's just made her co-host interview her as a thumb? Like, but in my head, I'm like, this is like Family Guy crack up, like super weird. And to me, it's funny, and to my friends, it's funny. But for people that don't get it, they're like, whatever. But you don't know if you don't try. So just try it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And It's annoying when it doesn't work. But genuinely, there's nothing other than just putting pedal to the metal and letting your freak flag fly. Like,
yeah, I love that. I love that. And I feel like a big thing, especially with radio, but also with podcasting, is that your personality is really what connects with people. And you know, I briefly hosted a radio show, and afterwards, like, even though I wasn't a regular announcer or anything, I still had people come up to me and be like, feel like they know me, even though I have no idea who they are. And I feel like that's the beautiful thing about this medium, is building those communities and building those connections. And if you can let your freak flag fly, I love that. I'm going to say it from now on. You can really find people who relate with that, like not everyone is for everyone. And I think especially with podcasting, even more so than radio, because radio can be quite broad still, but with podcasting, you're really finding your niche, you're really finding your people. And I think the size of your audience doesn't matter as long as it's the right audience.
And they're engaged.
I was
talking to someone about this the other day. They were like, oh, I posted this video and it only got 12,000 views. And I was like, babe, you've got 6,000 followers. So your entire audience plus double your audience, we're engaged with your video. That's amazing. So if you think of it like that, as your audience is actually engaging with you, or you have 100,000 followers and you got 10,000 views, like, it's actually... If it's small but they're engaged, that's better than having a big number and hardly any people engage with you. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, and I like that because all of us are a bit weird, like all of us have our weird thing. We have our weird little idiosyncrasies that we have, and that's the great thing about podcasting, is that you can literally type your weird thing into a podcast platform, and so many different options will come up of what you need, like whether you're into bloody true crime or hobbies or whatever, parenting, dumb shit, like whatever, you can go on there and find whatever you were looking for to give your weirdness company and feel seen. And that's, I think, really amazing.
Totally agree.